Okay. I've kind of lost track of time over the past like 72 to 48 hours. And part of it is because I'm sitting down and working on some things. As you can see, I'm doing some tests and things here that I've talked about. Um, and this is part of the table. I'm doing some tests on this one. This is another one of the all of these actually are the black and white copies. The, I guess what I call it, the second um, the second proofs. This is the Doris Lyons Howard. I base this off of this dressing table. I've taken quite a few liberties with it, changing several things around. But like I told you, I wanted to try out. I'm using these as I needed to make something first and foremost, and second, I wanted to try some things out. So you can see I've got beads, little glass beads for the pulls, and I've used some gold in there, some gold paint pen, which I kind of like. I don't think it shows up really nice, as nice as it could on this particular table. And then I had to add in these little blocks here because I forgot that I put these with little pulls as well. So that's there. Plus I goofed around and made some little mirrors. Again, the back is a mess. I need to clean that up and figure out. It has to be. There's some redesign that needs to happen. This needs to match up better. I may make this instead of a curve. I may just bring this up and square it off, which I think would work. Plus, there were some problems here where I had to come in and do some fill work, which just it irritates me. But I did get to play around with a couple of ideas that I had, which makes me very happy. So there's that one, and I just put the little leg parts, the little supports, and you guys know that the reason that I put the bamboo in there is just to give the paper a bit more. I can get this to focus. A bit more something to hold on to. So I really like this shade of blue underneath this chair. I still have ideas for this chair. I want to try out some little floral, something with the paint pens, but I need to figure out what I want it to be. I think I want it to be like 3 little flowers and like a little ribbon or some little leaves or something. Something that you might see on like 1920s, 1930s furniture. This one I did in the light blue, and I didn't like it nearly as much. I like the darker blue. And then I finished. There were some things I wanted to try out with this desk. I inadvertently made it a Scooby-Doo desk because the orange and the shades of turquoise and blue are all Scooby-Doo. And you can see I added another one of those supports underneath to hold where the pins are going. And there's some munchy crunchy stuff here. This entire piece in the back, I need to go in and do some redesign on and remove some pieces that don't need to be there. The part of some of the problems with constructing these are that they were done on copy paper, and then it then glued to a second piece of paper, which makes them kind of unwieldy. They don't fold as nicely. Anyway, originally I just wanted this part right back here to just be a complete box, so the part with the shelves would just fold up really nicely, but that's not going to work for my purpose. So I'm going to do something open backed, because I really like this little section here that there's nothing in, which I think is kind of neat. I love these little pieces here. But I need to get better measurements because, as you can see here, if I can get that to focus, focus, because you can see how crookedy this is right here. If I can get that to focus, you can see how crooked that is. I managed to get the back to not look terribly crooked, but then you can see here there's a piece, there's some piece missing here. It bothers me. But there are pieces, there are things about it that I do like. I like the overall design. I just need to come through and make some changes to this. I'm putting together this table and these chairs because I also want to make some changes to these chairs, so they can possibly be used in a bedroom as well. And this is the top that goes on it. I need to do some more work on that. And this pattern piece needs some major league redesign. There's some parts that aren't long enough, that need to have some more serious consideration about where things are going. And if I remember correctly, these went together well, but I'm not sure about the decorative elements on these. I think I need to pull these decorative elements and do something else. So I'm just finishing these little bits up, and then I can start work on making the corrections. I need to go through and do all the notations for that, in my book, and start putting all that together. So yeah. I also have some other little things I would like to do. I don't know how else do you put it. You know, I kind of want to play with things for a little bit. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Yeah, I you know, you want to see how things work and how they go together. So yeah. Anywho, thank you, patrons, for sticking with me, and making me helping me earn some copy money and some art supply money. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.